Getting cold, B. It's your boy Champ, live with our final 2022 episode of Chatting with the Community. And just reflecting, I want to thank my beloved city, my lovely, beautiful city, all the neighborhoods, all the streets in between, all the buildings, all the alleyways, all the trash cans, all the dumpsters, all the schools, all the parents. Hartford, Connecticut, man, I love y'all like no other. And this journey has not only opened my eyes to myself, not only opened my eyes to community issues, but it also gave me enlightenment to confidence and integrity and a deeper sense of belief for not only in myself, but our people. Like, I feel like there's so many misunderstandings, there's so many misconceptions of our inner cities that we tend to believe it more than we should. And once we start believing in it, we embrace it and act upon that. But I feel like if we start taking our steps back from a bird's eye view and really understand, like, yo, our children is going to be growing up with each other. We already been around each other. There's been people that's been here for centuries, families who've been here for decades. Like, this is home, so let's clean up home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how before you have company and your mom like, all right, now, you know, your cousin supposed to be coming over here. Can't nobody stay tonight if that room looking like that. What's the first thing you do? You bust the room out. Like, you remember how dudes used to stuff shit underneath the bed? We was really getting busy. Like, man, I want my cousin to stay tonight. We in there getting right, cleaning everything, because we wanted to have something to remind us why we love to live, something fun and engagement. So let's take that same mind state and apply it to the city. Like, honestly, especially on the north end, because that's one of the most under-resourced neighborhoods, not in just Hartford, not in just Connecticut, but literally in the United States, bro. Like, and what's sad about it is we can make a change. We've been trying to make a change, but we got to make a different type of change. And hopefully going forward in 2023, those changes can be more collective. Those changes can be more inclusive. They can be more intentional. Because we all want the same thing: peace, love, and happiness. You know what I'm trying to say? And Lord knows, I want some heat. That's probably one of the things I can't wait for next year, for to get spring and be summer. And needless to say, we here, man. And we already got the black facts, some trauma information. Yeah, it's some loving words. You are someone. You are needed, you are valued, you are important, you are loved by your boy. Some words for me to y'all, man, that I want y'all to keep dear to your heart, because it's the truth. Good, bro. Be safe, all right? Yes, sir. So, yeah, man, reflecting on 2022, man, I feel like it was a rough year for everybody in so many ways, and it was beautiful in so many ways. I feel like we should start looking at things in a more optimistic view, the cup being half full type of thing, you know what I mean? Because we already got enough elements that unbeknownst to us is keeping us in worry, fearsome, negative mind states and vibes. Like, and naturally we can't vibe like that. We're not that type of people. We're a warm, loving people. We exceed when we know that we're believed in, when we're valued, and we can't perpetuating attitudes that make us all feel like we're not enough, or it's competition. And it was interesting, not too long ago, we all always hear the quote, it's crabs in a bucket, it's crabs in a bucket. Everybody got a crab in a bucket mentality, right? I don't want to lie and say what artist or who said it, I don't remember. But somebody was like, yo, what are crabs doing in the bucket anyway? I said, wow, that's a good way of looking at it. They said, do you see crabs doing that in the ocean or in their natural habitat? I said, wow, that's real. That's real. We should start taking a step back and looking at the immediate effects, is because that's our normality. That's our immediate. However, if we step back and look at the pot that we cooking the food in, if the pot ain't clean, if the pot still got grease from the last meal, pieces of chicken from the last meal, we trying to bake a cake in it, and we like, yo, son, just ain't tasted right, yo. I don't know if we need more butter on it or something, but we know something ain't right. We got to look at that whole pan, baby. We got to clean the pot. We got to clean the kitchen. We got to, I don't know if y'all do it like I do, but I put the Fabuloso on the pot, put it on the stove, let the Fabuloso air the house out, you feel me? Mop the floors up, get it clean, man. We had to let go of a lot of things. A lot of elements remind us of traumas that's hard to get over. Lord knows I'm not one to talk, man, because I'm still embracing this walk of rehabilitation with childhood and teenage traumas, arrested developments, anxiety, depression, stress, all that. I went through whatever any of my friends and family went through, you know what I'm saying? But naturally, I understand the concept of collectiveness. There's nothing like somebody validating you. There's nothing like somebody reminding you of your value. We could do it all day in the mirror. We could write it down. We could practice it alone, and it feels good. But there's nothing like somebody reminding you on your process of your rehabilitation that, yo, man, you came a long way. I'm proud of you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that does something to us. So I feel inclined to tell my city, I'm proud of y'all. And even though we reached a record number as far as violence, and that's a wound that we're working together to try to heal, and I believe we'll come to a common, I don't want to say Band-Aid, but a natural healing. I believe that the communities can put an end to a lot of this. I feel like the communities can hold a lot of this. I really feel we don't need other outside resources as far as bodies and humans. I feel like the people that live in these neighborhoods and communities, we can definitely put a hope and some pause on a lot of things that's affecting all of us collectively. Some of these youth that get into stuff, these are our kids' friends, these are our little cousins, these are our nephews, our nieces. Some of these older dudes, these are our brothers, these are people we went to school with, these females, these are our sisters, our mothers. And we shouldn't have to wait till it's a tragic situation or a traumatic situation for us to feel like, you know, it's time for us to come together. I feel like we can create a harmony. We already been the type of people that we never needed a lot of money anyway. We made the best with whatever we had, yo, and I feel like if we can apply those same techniques to different alleys of life, if you will, we can make a serious change and be the template for other cities. I said this a few times. Hartford can be the template for other cities on how community love and camaraderie and togetherness can really change how people live their lives, how they can have effective lives, or how they can have effective careers and create businesses and have a sense of longevity, a sense of healing, a sense of belonging, a sense of value. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it all starts with us. We can't wait for no check, no reparations, no big march, no big old speech in the middle of the street. Each parent, each individual has to really look at themselves and say, what would I want to leave behind? Not only for my children, not only for my family, but for myself. What do change really look and feel like? And I know how it feels to be in a safe space that others may view as standoffish, distant, disconnected, disengaged. I understand when in all reality you just feel safe being alone because you don't have that worry of being hurt. When you fear being hurt, being cheated, robbed, victimized, it brings out a different animal in you, and it's hard to let go once you find that sense of safety when you disengaged and turned and numb. And I feel like a lot of that we don't acknowledge in the right frame. A lot of us look at it like, you know, being ready or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, being sturdy, where it's like, if you peel back the layers, bro, that's just them from fear of being hurt again. Nobody wants to be hurt. Nobody wants to feel small. Nobody wants to feel less than. So if we in the atmosphere where we're the majority in our communities, we should be uplifting each other by any type of means, man. Any type of means. Like, let's get back to the everybody saying good morning. Even if you don't want to say it, just, you feel me? Oh, feel me? Like, let's not create an atmosphere where we got to be so tense. I don't know if y'all know how being tense and having anxiety feel. It literally feels like you got a huge hot air balloon in your chest. Like, you just feel like so, like, and it's hard to really enjoy the sunshine. It's hard to listen to the birds. It's hard to enjoy the green grass when you're so tense and so paranoid and so depressed. And naturally, I wish that on no human. However, I feel like we have to start disconnecting from things that perpetuate trauma and perpetuate this element of beast. And a lot of that come down to the foods we eat, the videos we consume, the music we consume, the books we read, the individual we're around. And we should get back to holistic practices, taking walks, going around trees, going near water, writing down, coloring, drawing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's explore other realms now. Like, instead of doing the violent thing, let's try to find something athletically that can replace that. Let's get to debates or something. Like, let's be creative. Let's be innovative. Because quite honestly, man, when you lose somebody or been victimized, man, that joint is hard to get over. And it's stressful and it's scary. However, no human should be neglected the right to enjoy life. Nobody should be robbed of life in no mean or no form. So we all have an inner God in us. And I don't really like you saying that like that, but we all have an inner source in us that can heal all. We have a natural medicine in all of us. Find your medicine and let's heal each other. Let's heal each other. We shouldn't have to keep depending on. If you knew the power of words and the power of touch and hugs and daps and all that, you'll understand, man. You don't need a lot. Here you go, brother. Be safe. When you, yo, bro, hey, man. Be safe, bro. I love you, you know what I'm saying? All right, bro, that's powerful. When you get a hug, you know, I love you, mama. I love you too, baby. You know what I'm saying? Or I love you, pops. Or you know what I'm saying? It gives you 30 more years to your life. Giving and embracing love adds years to your life. Every day we out here and we on point, but we're really paranoid, worried, scared. That takes time off of our life. It takes time off of our life. So we should get to a point where we want to add life, right? We want to be here for a while. So we should get to a point where we're doing whatever it takes, man. Hey, yo, bro, yo. You know, I don't see you like that, bro, but just know I love you. I'm proud of everything you're doing. What you mean, my nigga? I work at BJ's, yeah, but you getting busy, bro. You getting busy. I ain't seen nobody working there hard as you ever, man. Just know that ain't the end of your road, man. You gonna get somewhere. Let's breathe futuristic thinking into ourselves. Let's breathe futuristic thinking into our people. How you doing? You know, that's for you to keep. You're welcome. So it all starts with not only how we look at ourselves, but how we look at those around us. And I know a lot of us deal with a lot of things that we picked up from our parents, that we picked up from our family that can, in but so many ways, feel like treason when you're changing. And nowadays they call it breaking generational curses. But sometimes it's not really about us changing what our family taught us. Our family was adapted to a society. So, like I said earlier, it's about taking that step back. We don't necessarily have to curse our parents because, I mean, your pops used to whoop my ass and mama used to cuss me out. We got to step back and be like, yo, man, what was going on in the 90s, early 90s and 80s? It was a whole different epidemic, bruh. It was a whole different environment, a whole different minimum wage, a whole different inflation, a whole different crisis, a whole different scare, a whole different war, a whole different political tug of war, like it was different, and they did the best they could to make sense of their circumstance based off how they was raised from individuals who was raised from a time where they controlled their circumstance. My grandparents and great-grandparents controlled their circumstance when they was living down south, as far as what I was told. They controlled their circumstance. So now you asking a freshly new generation to adapt to a new environment, a new way of thinking, a new normality, a new cool, a new in style, a new value. And they're trying to learn on their way, not to mention with the influx of drugs and the poverty and money necessities and the crime rates and the unfortunate circumstances our families had to experience. That was their first time dealing with that. That wasn't something like it came with a book neither. So sometimes we gotta ask ourselves, would I had been how I think I would have been if I was in my parents' shoes when they was my age? And sometimes when I speak to my parents, I be like, man, especially my mom, my pops too, my parents in general, I be like, man, I don't see how y'all did it. And they just be like, man, we had to do it. You know what I'm saying? It is like, I feel like our generation just got a little wittier and smart at the mouth more than them. But when it comes to survival skills, a lot of us is spoiled compared to the way that our parents grew up. And me and my mother always had this talk. Like I tell her, you keep downplaying stuff that I went through because you comparing it to yours. I would never compare or come close to the traumas and experiences that you and my aunt and uncle went through. Same with my father. I could never compare it to the circumstances y'all went through because it was a different time. It was a different, you know what I'm saying, household structure. It was different. But needless to say, I'm the first of your children going through this. How you doing?
Thank you.
No problem. I'm the first one in our family growing up in this time and going through this. And y'all basing y'all advice from the values y'all grew up with. This is a whole different animal right now. Y'all trying to show me how to swim and not get bit by fish when in my time, nigga, it's piranhas and sharks in here. So them techniques with the fish, I get it, it's still in the water, so I get it, but bro, this is a different. So, but they're not to blame. They're not to blame. So we have to come to embracing our histories, embracing our trials and tribulations, our adversities, our resiliencies that got us to where we are now, and look at it from a different angle. Let's look at the positives. Like, yo, we still holding. We still got kids that want to learn. Like, even through all the videos they push on these kids, join this game, do this, do that. You still got a nice plethora of kids that want to be successful, that want to be a success story, that want to do something, that want to make something of themselves. We need to celebrate those children too. And even the ones who are going through unfortunate circumstances, they're just as valuable. They just need some love and some resources. So I feel like if you're not providing that love and no resource, you can't make a judgment on the city when something pops off. If you're not there, don't know them children or them families, you don't know where that stemmed from or how long that was boiling. But needless to say, if you're not providing a necessity, if you're not providing a need, what good is that? That's no different than watching a football game and really getting mad and throwing your boot at the TV because your team lost. What good is that doing? You just hurting yourself. You just hurting yourself, man. So hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully, I know in my heart, we have a lot of champions, man, in this city. And I'm not even talking about athletic. I'm talking about real champions, man. Real people who really grind hard, work hard, and love themselves, love their people, love their teams, love everything they do. Us champions, that's residents, workers, regular 9-to-5 individuals, everybody, like, let's change the game up, man. Let's change the game up. Everybody should have at least 4 or 5 people in their neighborhood that they know they could call in an emergency to prevent or intervene in situations before any law enforcement got to get involved, before any hospitals got to come, before any ambulance got to come, before any police got to come. It should be a youngin' that know I could go to this person because I know they're not only going to call the police, but I know and trust and believe they have enough strength to at least put a hope to this circumstance or connect with the person. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we should get to that point. each community, each block should have, each street should have 2 people. Each block should have 6 people. Each side of town should have at least 15 to 20 people that each person could call for a resource or to prevent or intervene in circumstances without law enforcement, without ambulances, fire trucks, people getting hurt. That's an investment worth making because your life depends on it. Your safety depends on it. Your sanity depends on it. Let's get these children involved, man. We got a lot of abandoned buildings. I wouldn't be mad if I seen some art on them, some paint, and they expressing themselves. They're not going to do nothing with them. Let our kids express themselves in some type of way. And I'm not encouraging vandalism at all. But what I'm speaking is creative expression. Let's get back to, whatever big homie from whatever, y'all get these little dudes together. We play football every Sunday. Then we have a little championship in the whatever team win, they get a stack in a pizza party. Stuff like that, man. Kids will do anything to be a part of adults too, man, because everybody want to play a role in healing. We just don't know how to because we wasn't shown. Every time we put on something, it's showing us how to get sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. Every time we put on the radio, it's teaching us to get sicker and sicker and sicker. We put on YouTube, it's teaching us to get sicker. We need to start doing what's naturally healing, and that's being around each other. We're natural. We're plants, bruh. Humans are plants. Plants have healing mechanisms in them. We do the same. But plants are outside. Some are inside too, but we know their natural habitat. So let's not play that. So let's get back to that now. Let's get back to being around each other and encouraging life, increasing peace, increasing happiness. And like I said, this is the last community chat of 2022, so I definitely wanted to end it on a high, positive, motivating note, man, because I'm excited. And I just know a lot of people, more than others would think, really do love our city, really do love our children, really do love our individuals and communities. So we just need to find a new way to normalize this outreach, normalize this bond. Let's get back to making that the normality, man. Nobody want to keep going to the hospital and getting those phone calls and hearing those cries and screams, man. Nobody want to go through that, man. Let's get to when we know we building longevity. We about to live. We got a whole nother element that want us against each other. They want us killing each other. They want us making each other addicted to drugs that's hard to get off of, the cause of family breakups. Like, they want that. We bigger than that, man. We're bigger than that, man. And it all starts with in here. We got it in here. We natural warriors. We natural soldiers. We natural angels. We're natural angels, but they know that up here can be manipulated. They know up here can be tricked. They know up here can have dogma and doctrines that can take you off of this natural path and take you off of, you know what I'm saying, our blood and natural path. So I say that to say, going into this new, I don't even say new year, because I'm one of the ones that feel like the new year is when spring starts. The winter kills stuff. Ain't no leaves out here. But once the spring come, that's when life come. And not to mention my birthday in May, so I'm a new, you know what I'm saying? That's a different spring. But needless to say, man, I just want us to go into a new frame of mind, a new frame of normalities, a new frame of wanting, a new frame of valuing, man. Because needless to say, it's needed. This is a challenge to all champions. Reach out and change humanity and make progress. Change humanity and manifest peace. I need to go get some heat. That's what I need to do. But before we end, man, I just want to tell y'all I love y'all like no other. Y'all know that, man. I'm going to continue to do all I can to not only help individuals, but especially the youth, man. They're my babies, man. I don't care how old they is, and they know that. They hate when I say, man, you my baby, or you like my son, I love you. They don't like it, but they know I mean it, and I know that they appreciate and love it too. Shout out to all the organizations. Shout out to all the streets, all the blood ups. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my friends and family. Shout out to the future. And it's nothing but bright skies, man. It's going to be a bumpy road, but we champions. You know what I'm saying? We built for it. We're better. So we're going to end 2022 Chattin. Oh, I didn't even show y'all where we at. We right here. Last week we was on Barber Street. How you turn this joint? Lord have mercy. I don't even, hold on. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We right here on Deerfield in the Avenue. Doing our last, and if y'all know, actually, my first ever Chatting with the Community episode was actually on Albany and Irvin Street. So, grand opening, grand closing, right? We're going to end up with the mantra though, baby. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. One.